Fallout 4, you play as a military veteran whose son gets kidnapped in a cryotechnology vault which literally took you to the future. The veteran MC is originally called Nate or something, but most gamers change that. A very common name is Puffface, F-face or something related to a curse word and a face. Why? Because the robot made that this Puffface owns can actually say your name out loud, voice acted. Fascinating. Of course, I'm not a man of vulgar words such as puffs. I reverse every curse word Roblox style because it may have impacts on my future. This video's name for the character will be Fredrick William, the unbreakable coconut green pie from outer space whose enchanted light saber runs on custom-made solar-powered blue rocket-equipped laser machine auto turret destroying lizard turtle cats which also come from outer space. But I hate how games have character limits for names. So, his name is Funky Boy Fred. And his gangster name will be the Hotdog Man. Yeah? Hot dogs. He's going to be a user of the legendary tire iron, so he needs a lot of strength points. I will explain on how strength points work later. He will look like an ogre because the laws of strength say that things like ogres are very strong. But this means he will have to change his name from Funky Boy Fred to Fat Boy Fred. And you need a strong immune system because being fat in a wasteland is difficult. To use a tire iron, which is in the melee section, you will also need a lot of cardio to run as well as bullet dodging skills, so he will have a lot of agility. This will make Fred more feminine, so we will be changing his name to Feminist Boy Fred. But that's kind of a stupid decision, which makes him stupid. But stupidity increases luck, so he will have a lot of luck. Which changes his name to Fancy Boy Fred. But to be fancy you need a fancy suit. So, this means he is going to need a lot of charisma. This will change his name to Puff Boy Fred. And the fact that the main character being a veteran, and Puff Boy Fred being the main character, makes him a veteran, which means he uses sniper rifles. We must increase his perception. This changes Fred's name to Falcon. The military uses code names. But perception needs intelligence. We must buff his brain smarts a bit. Fred the huff nerd. No. So he's got strength, perception, intelligence, agility and luck. Master of the special. Fredrick the Fundying. He is like a god, so he is undying. And he's kind of fun. Yes, I unfortunately went with the default look. But I get given a second chance later. Ah. My good home. My beautiful wife. My robot maid and my son that won't stop crying. Yes, very nice start for such a nicely made game. Apparently, Fredrick doesn't use any technology, so companies have to come and get his personal information manually by sending some Sherlock Holmes ripoff to rant on about how the world is going to end because of the rising war between weeboos deciding who is best girl. Yes, we live in a society where 80s weeboos rule America. God is dead. Do keep in mind that our boy Fredrick doesn't like fake news, so he tells the man to fuck off. This is a free country, so I get to have my privacy.
Very well, strange man.
Your life has been spared.
Haha! Fred, being a god, which makes him Fredrick, wrote Fredrick into the name slot. He set all special points on 10 because he is, was and always will be a god. Fastest kid in kindergarten, the fighting god of middle school, and the smartest kid in high school. Hooray, he submitted his information to the American government. Oh no. His godliness caused chaos to the entire country.
You can't stop me! Okay. I'm reporting this!
If you're in the program, step forward. Otherwise,
Are they
return
letting you
home.
in? And not me? Someone's gonna hear about this.
Fortunately, because he was a veteran, he managed to bribe the military guarding the place and get to go where the cooler people were.
Sir, I need to operate the elevator. Get out of the control room.
Oh no.
Oh my god!
It's an explosion. After walking around the vault place and talking to random people like some main character of a movie.
This way.
Excuse me.
This way.
We've been waiting forever.
He finally put on his skin-tight body suit and didn't kiss his wife goodbye upon entering the strange unlicensed machine. Oh no. The machine was a god-level tester. And nobody except Fredrick passed. Fredrick felt betrayed on the spot because he realized his wife wasn't a god like him. So, he divorced her, grabbed a baton and left. But then he realized he had a phobia for cockroaches. Wait. He can just grab a gun and shoot them to death instead of having to feel their icky prickly legs crawling all over his torso. Speaking of guns. There is one right there. Fredrick tends to use a fancy stone tablet to manage his inventory. He never had a phone, so when he found the Pip-Boy lying on the floor, he had a hard time turning it on. He always had to rub his stone table to make it work. Eventually he managed to turn it on, and log into the machine with his Bethesda account and download all mods. What do you mean no service? This is a Pip-Boy, not a telephone. In frustration, he smashed a button and the alarms went on. Oh no. Time to run. Now, keep in mind that Fredrick was default skinned the entire time. Finally, we can unlock his true potential in an elevator. He was supposed to look like an ogre, but he is a man of all special abilities. So that's why I made him look like Fred from the special education class. No scars here. Just face dots to show that he has a lot of mental scars. This isn't true, but this is a Fundying god here. And after the many years of slumber, Fredrick the Fundying finally touches sunlight, the same way a weeboo touches sunlight after years of isolation. Unknowingly, random mods that he installed started filling the screen. Good grief, the mods. After a while of looking around, and using the settings screen to try and make the video perfect, he headed down the mountain to start his journey. Fredrick's dead neighbor is known to have a lot of bottle caps laying around in their letterbox because of their little factory. Our god, Fredrick knew that it was very legal to take from the dead, especially in a wasteland. Wastelands are dangerous places, and even gods can be killed here. So Fredrick decided he needed a companion. Something immortal, something indestructible. A man's best friend. Go away, dumb mutt. I'm not going to adopt you. Upon walking around the building, Fredrick saw some Australian birds feeding on someone's mother. It is time to try out his new skills on these birds. And with his machete that randomly appeared without the auto voice mentioning it, he slashed down the two birds. And so, he waltzed into his first city, America City. Yes, dumb name for a city. But it makes sense because there is a gun nut right over there. Fredrick couldn't believe his own eyes. A street shoot over. A man could be seen charging towards Fredrick with a knife. But alas, as the gangman hung out and shot things for the previous 200 years, Fredrick studied the sword. And so, he sliced the man's head off. But how does he deal with the people with the guns? Well, he mustered up his courage, and slowed down time. His special ability, Esper power, stand and quirk as well as material art. Upon respectfully defeating all 3 enemies, Fredrick could hear the guy who wants a lot of settlements to be helped shouting at him to help them. He also said that Fredrick could have free stuff from the dead body over there. Yay! Free loot. And so, he set off to continue his journey. Walking down a European summer road to nowhere, he met a trader.
Just looking for love, sweetheart.
Boy, have you come to the wrong place.
After using the sarcastic option, he was given permission to trade. And alas! Hallelujah! There was the Tyrian. Then he saw an argument because of drug trade in MC Ronald's. Fredrick believes in criminal businesses, and the owners of the MC Ronald's didn't pay the debt for drugs. He took care of them quickly and efficiently. Arrive at Aussie. The drug dealers thanked Fredrick and gave him bottle caps. And on the road Fredrick went again. A nearby food vending machine didn't like the way he looked and didn't offer him the buy, telling him to wear a mask, so he went to a place where he knew he could get masks. And so, he pulled out his historical Timmy gun and charged at the mask shop. With his on-point godly aim. On-point godly aim. And on-point godly aim. He liberated the mask shop and got free stuff. Then he realized he didn't need a mask because America is a free country. And so he left, looking like a soldier. And also, he hunted deers because it's a free country. Fredrick knew he had to get the most ultimate companion. But his companion is in the big city. And the big city is over there. And he'd like to go into the big city, but the episode is very long and my hand hurts. And so, Fredrick the Fundying went into an ArcJet Systems caravan and went to sleep.